So let us continue our today's chapter from the Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 28. First session will be from 1 to 14, blessing on disobedience. First will be obedience, then curses on disobedience. Blessing on obedience from 1 to 14, from 15 to 68, curses on disobedience. So many curses are there, but blessings here are short only. Blessing on obedience. Now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments which I command you today, that the Lord your God will set you high above all nations of the earth. So first thing, if you obey the Lord, you will be higher than everybody else on the earth. And all this blessing shall come upon you and overtake you, because you obey the voice of the Lord your God. Only obedience is what necessary. Then you will be lifted up. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the country. Wherever you go, you will be blessed only, either in city or in countryside, like villages. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body, the produce of your ground, and the increase of your herds, the increase of your cattle, and the offerings of your flocks. Means whatever you may be having, you may be sowing something and harvesting that thing. That will be blessed. Abundantly you will get that. Any flocks you may be having, any herds, any cattle, any animal, you may be cattling them or petting them. That will be there for you abundantly. All things will be so much for you that you will no need to go in front of anybody else and ask them. Fruit will be abundant, everything will be so much for you if you obey the voice of the Lord. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl, even in your house the floor will be so much. Your basket for fruits or breads, anything keeping in that will be so much for you. Blessed, that will be blessed whenever you are going to eat that, it will be blessed. That blessing will never stop if you obey the voice of the Lord. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. Whenever you are coming into your house, going out, then you will be blessed. The Lord will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before your face. Your enemies will be defeated before your face if you obey the voice of the Lord. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. They are going to scatter abroad. Means they will come in one way, but they are going to flee there, here, everywhere by seeing you. The Lord will command the blessing on you in your storehouses, wherever you store your treasure or grains, your food for your livelihood. There the Lord will bless you, and in all to which you set your hand, and he will bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. There also everywhere blessings will be there with you if you obey the Lord. The Lord will establish you as a holy people to himself, just as he has shown to you, if you keep the commandments of the Lord your God and walk in his ways. Then all peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of you. And the Lord will grant you plenty of goods in the fruit of your body, in the increase of your livestock, and in the produce of your ground, in the land of which the Lord sware to your fathers to give you. The Lord will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your land. And you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. Means you will be the person who will be always giving, but never borrowing from another person, never taking anything from another person. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not be beneath, if you heed the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, and are careful to observe them. So you shall not turn aside from any of the words which I command you this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. So this is what was the blessings from the Lord. Means you will be always high, everything will be so abundant in front of you, nothing you will be ever feel loss of, or feel that I want more. It will be satisfactory, whatever is in front of you, whatever you want, that will be in front of you. That too so many things. In that item only so much. So that was the blessing which God is going to give to the people. Now curses on disobedience. Curse will also be there if you not obey God's laws. So what all we read it till now, opposite to that it will be. But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes which I command you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. First blessings came when you obeyed the Lord, means everything will be nice to you. Now curses will come, everything will be bad to you. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the country. Cursed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body and the produce of your land, the increase of your cattle and the offering of your flocks. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. The Lord will send on you cursing, confusion, and rebuke in all that you set your hand to do, until you are destroyed and until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of your doing in which you have forsaken me. So there will be always confusion, what to do, what not to do, if you are disobeying God. Means you cannot do a work, simple work properly. You will take so much time to do that. In thinking only your day will go. Confusion will be there so much to you. Wickedness. Because of the wickedness of your doing in which you have forsaken me. The Lord will make the plagues cling to you until He has consumed you from the land which you are going to possess. Means all the plagues will come to you. Your field will not nicely produce. Your cattle will not give nicely milk to you. That all things will happen to you. Your cattle will die. Your bowl will not be filled with flour. All the plagues will come. Means insects, locusts will come. Frogs may come. Water will be diseased with some disease. Blood will come. All that happened to Pharaoh. That all plagues may come to you, if you will not obey the voice of the Lord. The Lord will strike you with consumption, with fever, with inflammation. Your body will be always hot, burning, with severe burning fever you will be having. With the sword, with scourging, and with mildew. They shall pursue you until you perish. And your heavens which are over your head shall be bronze, and the earth which is under you shall be iron. So iron will catch the heat so quickly, it will be burning always your legs. And bronze means it will be somewhat heavy weight on your head, like you're picking up something, so much heavier weight. Not yours, then also you're picking up. So much heavy your life will become, not light. You will feel so much burden. The Lord will change the rain of your land to powder and dust. Even water will not come from you from above. It will come as powder and dust. Only sand will upgo and come on your head again, that only. But water will not be there. Like in deserted place. There will be no water, but sand will only roam here and there. In a small windmill like that. Tornado. From the heaven it shall come down on you until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. Even your enemies will win against you. You will be defeated in front of your enemies. You will never win if you are not obeying the voice of the Lord. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. Means you will be always hiding from your enemies when they will come, when they will attack me. Hiding here and there, seeing for them outside, from which way they will come, running 7 ways. You will not be stable in one place. Everywhere you should be running. And you shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. Means from you trouble will become to all the people. You are the troublemaker. Everywhere you will go, trouble will come to you, with you. And it will cause trouble to all the people who are living in besides you, in front of you, everywhere. Your carcass shall be food for all the birds of the air. Even when you die in the wilderness, nobody will come to bury you, but beast, eagle will come and eat you, vultures will come, like hyenas may come and eat you, and the beast of the earth, and no one shall frighten them away. But nobody will come to strike them away or shoo to the bird or the hyenas which are eating your body. They will let them eat like that. The Lord will strike you with boils of Egypt, with tumors, with scabs, with itch from which you cannot be healed. The situation will happen to Job, but it was for somewhat nice case. Job, God was testing him. That's why that situations came to him, like balls, itchings, like this, leprosy like. But here it will be a curse on you when it come to you. Boils, itchings, and he will take pot pieces and scrub himself with that things. Like that things will happen with you if you not obey the voice of the Lord. The Lord will strike you with the boils of Egypt, with the tumors, and with scab, with the itch from which you cannot be healed. The Lord will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of the heart. Even blindness will come to you, cannot see properly, and madness will come to you. Your brain will not work properly. And confusion again. Your plans you will make, but you cannot establish them, work according to them. Always confused, what to do, what not to do. Always thinking, but never doing things. And you shall group at noonday, as a blind man groups in darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you. Means you will shorten your eyes and see like this, like what blind man sees. You shall betroth a wife, but another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but you shall not gather its grapes. Means wife you have, but she will go with another man. And you have vineyard, you have some plants, but the fruit you will not eat, another will come and eat. House you may be having, but another will come and live in that. That all things will happen. Whatever things you are doing for yourself, it will not be yours. You are doing it for others. Like that it will be. Your rock shall be sheltered before your eyes, but you shall not eat of it. Even your animals they will kill in front of you, but you cannot eat it or taste it. Like buffalo, beef, ox, but you shall not eat it. Your donkey shall be violently taken away from before you, and you shall not restore it. Even your cattle will be taken. Your sheep shall be given to your enemies, and have no one to rescue them. All your cattle, animals, they will pull and take away from you. They will do whatever they wish with that animal. Your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no strength in your hand. Even you do not have any strength in your hand to take back your sons and daughters, to rescue them from the person who has taken them, who has taken those people. A nation whom you have not known shall eat the fruit of your land and the produce of your labor, and you shall be oppressed and cursed continually. Not even your relatives who are eating your fruits, the people whom you never knew, they will come and eat your fruit, and there will be continually oppression on you and crushed continually. Means you will always be crushed, be damaged, oppressed, always pressure will be there on you. So you shall be driven mad because of the sight of which your eyes sees. The Lord will strike you in the knees and the legs with severe boils which cannot be healed. Even knee pains will come to you, boils will come to you on legs, from the sole of your foot to the top of your head. From top to bottom, everywhere diseases will come to you. The Lord will bring you and the king whom you set over you to a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known. And there you shall serve other gods. There you have to make idols if you go to another country and serve them. Means you will be sold as a slave to other people, wood and stone, and you shall become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all the nations where the Lord will drive you. You shall carry much seed out to the field and gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Means you have bought this many seeds to sow in your field, but the produce will be only this much. So much hard work you will do, but you will get only this much. You shall plant so little. You shall plant vineyards and tend them, but you shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat it. Worms will come, locust will come and eat your produce, your field work. You shall have olive trees throughout all your territory, but you shall not anoint yourself with the oil, for your olives shall drop off. All will dry go and drop off, fruit will go. You shall beget sons and daughters, but they shall not be yours, for they shall go into captivity. Means sons and daughters you have beget, but they will not stay with you. They will run away from you. They will stay somewhere else. Captivity, their own things they will do. They will not take care of you or stay with you, be with you. They will run away to another things or another place and other people. Locusts shall consume all your trees and the produce of your land. The alien who is among you shall rise higher and higher above you, and you shall come down lower and lower. Means one person now only came here, alien, you don't know that person. That will rise up from you, but you will be there only, and you will go more lower and lower. Means another coming and taking your position and becoming high, but you cannot do anything. He shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and pursue and overtake you until you are destroyed. Until you die, this will never leave you. This all curses will come like that only. Because you did not obey the voice of the Lord your God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded you. And they shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder, and your descendants forever. Even your coming generations will suffer from that curses only, if you not obey. Because you did not serve the Lord your God with joy and gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Because when God has given you all things, you didn't serve him. You didn't rejoice in front of him, didn't praise him, didn't worship him. For that reason, these all curses will come on you. Therefore you shall serve your enemies, whom the Lord will send against you in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in need of all things, and he will put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you. Means your enemies will be your master, you will be their slaves. The Lord will bring a nation against you from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies, a nation whose language you will not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which does not respect the elderly nor show favor to the young. So another country people will come and stay in your houses. They are going to destroy all your land and take your land and make you slave, and they will stay there only. And they shall eat the increase of your livestock and the produce of your land until you are destroyed. They shall not leave your grain or new wine or oil or the increase of your cattle or the offerings of your flocks until they have destroyed you. They shall besiege you at all your gates until your high and fortified walls, in which you trust, and come down throughout all your land. And they shall besiege you at all your gates throughout all your land, which the Lord your God has given you. You shall eat the fruit of your own body, the flesh of your own sons and your daughters, whom the Lord your God has given you, in the siege and desperate straits in which your enemy shall distress you. Means your enemies will disturb you that much that they will not give you food and water for drinking also. In that case, what you will do? You will eat your sons and daughters only, their flesh you will eat, and your own flesh you will eat. Cannibalism means your own body parts you will be eating, because that much hungry you will be. Your sons and daughters also will not live, them also you will cook and eat. Like that your situation will come when you will not obey the voice of the Lord. The man among you who is sensitive and very refined will be hostile toward his brother, toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the rest of his children whom he leaves behind, so that he will not give any of them the flesh of his children whom he will eat, because he has nothing left in the siege and desperate straits in which you enemy shall distress you at your gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, who would not venture to set a sole of her foot on the ground because of her delicateness and sensitivity, will refuse to the husband of her bosom and her son and her daughter, her placenta which come out from between her feet, and her children whom she bears, for she will eat them secretly for lack of all things in the siege and desperate straits in which your eye shall distress you at your gates. Even after giving birth only she will continue to eat their children. Like that situation will come. If you do not carefully observe all these words of this law that are written in this book, that you may fear this glorious and awesome name, the Lord your God. Then the Lord will bring upon you and your descendants extraordinary plagues, great and prolonged plagues, and serious and prolonged sickness. Moreover, he will bring back on you all the disease of Egypt, of which you were afraid, and they shall cling to you. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law will the Lord bring upon you until you are destroyed. You shall be left few in number, whereas you were as the stars of heaven in multitude, because you would not obey the voice of the Lord your God. Everyone in your country will die of disease. Means so many people were there in your family first, but no one will be left over. Only few people will stay or live. Only 2, 3 or so many, so less. Not exactly the number is known, but few people will stay. First you were as the stars above heaven, like that you will be. But now only few people will stay. Not like stars anymore, not like sand anymore, not abandoned, all less will be. And it shall be that just as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to nothing. Then there will God will also see you, but God will not be able to help you because you are not ready to take God's help. To destroy you and bring you to nothing, and you shall be plucked from off the land which you go to possess. Then the Lord will scatter you among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods which neither you nor your fathers have known, wood and stone, idols you will be serving. And among those nations you shall find no rest. Rest will not be there for you, nor shall the sole of your foot have a resting place. But there the Lord will give you a trembling heart, failing eyes, and anguish of soul. Your life shall hang in doubt before you. You shall fear day and night, and have no assurance of life. Always fear will be there in front of you. Day also you will fear, night also fear, and no assurance of life. Means you do not have any assured thing. Safety, security will not be there for your life. Means what will happen in future, what will be happening in present. Yet all things, nothing control of yours. Just living your life, that's it. In the morning you shall say, oh, that it were evening, and in the evening you shall say, oh, that it were morning, because of the fear which terrifies your heart and because of the sight which your eye sees. And the Lord will take you back to Egypt in ships by the way of which I said you. You shall never see it again, and they should be offered for sale and to your enemies, as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you. So this is what we have learned today. We have read today. So God will again take the people back to Egypt, where God told once that I will never take you back there. But if you disobey the God continually, then this all things will happen to you. You will be slaves always. Means at night you will fear, at morning also fear will be there. You will tell if night it is, oh, it should be morning. And if it is morning, you will say, oh, it should be night. People do not like anything in front of you. Always curse to curse. So that's what we have read today. Hope we have understood something, took something from this. Let us always obey the Lord, so in order to at least get some of the blessings, even though you will not get any curses if you obey the Lord. Blessings you leave, but we will be saved from curses at least if you obey the voice of the Lord. So let us understand all this and again spend some time in prayer, thanking God for helping us to understand verse by verse. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you very much once again for helping us to understand today's scriptures also, my Father. Deuteronomy chapter 28, we have seen that there are blessings if we obey you, and there are curses also which if we disobey you, my Father. Help us to always obey you. We may not be getting the blessings, but at least we will be saved from the curses which are there, my Father. So many curses which we cannot bear. The burden on our head will be so much that we will go down and push down to the earth. That's not our human capabilities, that we may bear the curses coming from you. My Father, help us always to remember to obey you and understand these life lessons, to keep them in our heart, mind, soul and body lifelong, as long as we live. Help us to obey all your commandments. In the precious name of Lord Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.